Imagine waking up one morning feeling more tired than usual. You notice your hair seems thinner when you brush it. Your balance feels a bit off when you stand up. Your skin has that persistent dullness that just won't go away. You might chalk it up to just aging. But what if I told you that some of those changes are actually your body's subtle signals whispering, "Hey, I'm missing something essential"? If you're over 60, that whisper matters more than you might think. Welcome back to Senior Health Facts, your trusted home for science-based health guidance designed specifically for older adults like you. In today's video, we'll walk through 5 warning signs of nutrient deficiency that many older adults might miss and share exactly what you can do to spot them early and support your health before small problems become bigger ones. If living healthier every day matters to you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. We're here to help you stay strong, independent, and thriving in your golden years. Getting older brings many joys: grandchildren, more time for hobbies you love, and hopefully a lot more wisdom than you had at 30. But it also brings changes in how our bodies absorb nutrients, process food, and maintain strength. Here's the truth: after 60, many people face a higher risk of nutrient deficiencies. This isn't because you're doing anything wrong. It's because of natural changes. Lower food intake, digestive changes, medication interactions, or imply reduced absorption in your gut. Let me share some eye-opening research. One large European study found that more than half of older adults had low vitamin D levels, and over a quarter after had low vitamin B12. That's not a small number. These deficiencies aren't just about feeling a little off. They can impact your immune strength, bone health, cognitive sharpness, energy levels, and even your risk of falls. Think of it like this: when your body is running on less fuel than it needs, especially key vitamins and minerals, the outcome might not be dramatic like a disease right away. Instead, it's subtle. Slower recovery from illness, weaker muscles, more fatigue, less appetite, reduced mobility. These small changes compound over time for anyone over 60 who values independence and vitality. Tuning into those warning signs is one of the smartest moves you can make. According to research published by the National Institutes of Health, physiological changes in older adults, like reduced lean muscle mass, decreased digestive secretions, lower appetite, and the effects of multiple medications, all contribute to nutrient deficiency as we age. This isn't about blame. It's about understanding your body's new needs so you can support it properly. Before we dive into the 5 warning signs and action steps, let's talk about common habits or misconceptions that can make things worse. Avoiding these will help you get more mileage out of the suggestions ahead. First, thinking I eat enough means I get enough nutrients. Just because you eat 3 meals a day doesn't guarantee variety, quality, or absorption. Older adults often eat fewer calories than they used to, but your nutrient needs may actually be higher, or your body's ability to absorb those nutrients may be lower. According to Dispatch Health research, reduced caloric intake combined with decreased absorption creates a perfect storm for deficiency. Second, assuming supplements replace food. It's tempting to think a pill will cover all your bases. But nutrients delivered through whole foods often come with other helpful compounds, antioxidants, enzymes that work together. Some foods even enhance absorption of certain vitamins and minerals. Supplements may have a place in your routine, but they don't replace a nutrient-dense diet. Third, ignoring symptoms as just aging. Many seniors brush off fatigue, hair thinning, balance issues, or memory glitches as inevitable parts of getting older. But some of these HTB early warning signs of nutrient gaps that are completely fixable. Don't dismiss what your body is trying to tell you. Fourth, skipping doctor or dietitian checkups if you're on multiple medications, have a chronic illness, or deal with digestive issues, all common after 60. It's wise to ask your healthcare provider about nutrient screening or absorption issues. A simple blood test can reveal a lot. Fifth, fixating on one nutrient alone, focusing only on vitamin D or iron misses the bigger picture. Multiple nutrients interact with each other, and the root issue might be food variety, absorption problems, or eating habits rather than just one missing vitamin. By avoiding these traps, you'll be better positioned to pick up on the more subtle signs of deficiency and act in ways that genuinely support your body. Here are 5 warning signs that could indicate a nutrient deficiency, especially in people over 60. For each one, I'll share a relatable story, explain the science behind it, and give you practical micro habits you can start today. Warning sign 1: persistent fatigue or weakness that won't shake. Let me tell you about J. Amos, a 67-year-old retired construction worker who loved his morning walks. For decades, he'd been active, helping neighbors with yard work, playing with his grandkids, staying on the but over the past few months, James noticed something changing. He'd meet his friend for their regular walk, but lately he found himself short of breath. His legs felt heavy. By midday, he was mentally drained, far more than he used to be. He thought, maybe I'm just getting old. Then his daughter, a nurse, suggested he talk to his doctor. Turns out, James had low vitamin B12 and vitamin D levels. Within weeks of adjusting his diet and adding a supplement his doctor recommended, he felt like himself again. Please note, James's experience is based on common patterns seen in older adults with nutrient deficiencies. Individual results vary, and you should always consult your healthcare provider about your specific situation. Here's the science. Fatigue in older adults. LTS can be a signal of low iron, low B12, vitamin D deficiency, or a combination of these. The decline in absorption of vitamin B12 with age is significant. Research shows that nearly 20% of those over 60 may have suboptimal levels. Why does this matter? Because chronic low nutrient status means your cells, muscle cells, nerve cells, immune cells are not operating at full power. Think of it like trying to run a car on half a tank when you need a full one. Here are some micro habits to try. At your next checkup, ask your doctor, could my fatigue be linked to iron, B12, or vitamin D? Include one iron-rich or B12-rich food 3 times this week. Examples: lean beef, fortified cereal, beans paired with spinach. Go outside for 10 minutes of sun exposure a few times a week. If that's not possible, include a vitamin D-rich meal like fortified milk or fatty fish. Checklist item: I felt unusually tired or weak this week. I will bring this up with my doctor. Warning sign 2: hair loss, thinning skin, slow wound healing. Consider Margaret, a 71-year-old retired teacher. She noticed her brush had more hairs than before. Her skin seemed thinner, almost papery. A small scratch she got while gardening a week ago was still pink and healing slowly. Margaret mentioned it to her doctor during a routine visit. After some tests, they discovered she was low in zinc and protein intake had dropped significantly since her husband passed away. She'd been eating mostly toast and tea, skipping full meals. Her doctor connected her with a dietitian who helped her create simple, protein-rich meal plans. Within a month, Margaret's skin looked healthier and her hair stopped falling out in clumps. Garrett's story reflects patterns commonly observed in older adults experiencing nutrient deficiencies. Always work with your healthcare team for personalized guidance. The science here is clear. Certain nutrients, zinc, protein, vitamins A, C, and D play a major role in skin integrity, hair follicles, and immune repair. In older adults, reduced food intake, medication side effects, and absorption changes can make these nutrients harder to obtain. According to research published in PMC journals, slow wound healing often means your body doesn't have enough nutritional building blocks for repair. Your skin cells regenerate constantly, but they need raw materials to do it. Micro habits to try. Choose a high-protein snack twice this week. Examples: Greek yogurt with berries, cottage. Eat cheese with fruit, a handful of nuts. Add a zinc-rich food once this week. Examples: pumpkin seeds, oysters, beef, or fortified cereals. Ask your healthcare provider, could my hair or skin changes reflect a nutrient gap? Checklist item. This week I made sure to include a protein-rich snack and one zinc or skin support food. Warning sign 3. Balance problems, increased falls, or muscle weakness. James, yes, the same James from earlier, also noticed something else before his diagnosis. He'd felt a few more wobbles getting out of his favorite armchair. His grip wasn't as strong when he carried the grocery bags from the car. One morning, he nearly lost his balance stepping off the curb. That scared him. His doctor explained that low vitamin D and B12 don't just cause fatigue, they affect muscle strength, nerve function, and balance. After addressing his deficiencies and adding some simple balance exercises his physical therapist recommended, James felt steadier on his feet within 2 months. James's experience illustrates common outcomes, but individual responses vary. Always consult your doctor before starting new supplements or exercise routines. Here's the science. Nutrient deficiencies in older adults, especially vitamin D, calcium, magnesium, and B12, are linked to muscle weakness, slower reflexes, and increase defall risk. Here's why: absorption of calcium and conversion of vitamin D decline with age. Low B12 is tied to nerve function, which affects balance and gait. Research published by PMC shows that these deficiencies significantly increase fall risk, and falls are a leading cause of injury in older adults. Micro habits to try. Make sure you've had at least 1 serving of dairy or 4 typified plant milk in the past 2 days for calcium and vitamin D. Add a simple balance exercise today. Stand on one leg for 30 seconds while holding a countertop for safety. Ask your doctor, should I have my vitamin D, B12, and calcium levels checked given my recent wobbles? Checklist item. I practiced a balance move today, and I will ask about nutrient screening at my next visit. Warning sign 4. Cognitive fog, memory slips, mood dips. Let me tell you about Linda, a 69-year-old retired accountant. She started catching herself forgetting where she placed her keys. She felt more irritable than usual with a low-key anxiety that just wouldn't lift. She used to bounce back from that kind of mental fog quickly, but lately it lingered. Linda's daughter encouraged her to mention it at her annual checkup. Blood work revealed low B12 and vitamin D levels. Her doctor explained that these nutrients are crucial for brain function and mood regulation. After 3 months of dietary changes and targeted supplementation under her doctor's supervision, Linda's mental clarity improved dramatically. She felt like herself again. Linda's story is representative of patterns seen in older adults with nutrient-related cognitive changes. Everyone's situation is unique. Please work with your healthcare provider. The science tells us that nutrients such as B12, folate, vitamin D, omega-3 fatty acids, and zinc are associated with cognitive function in older adults. Some studies link low B12 or vitamin D levels to slow cognitive performance or mood disturbances. According to research published in PubMed, aging also affects gut health, digestion, and absorption, so even if you eat well, you may get less benefit from your food than you did 20 years ago. Micro habits to try. Add a salmon or tuna meal this week for omega-3s. Or include flaxseed or chia seeds in your yogurt or oatmeal. Include a leafy green vegetable and an orange bell pepper at 1 meal this week for B vitamins and antioxidants. Ask your doctor, could my recent forgetfulness or mood shift be connected with my nutrient status? Checklist item. I included an omega-3 rich food this week and will monitor my memory and mood changes. Warning sign 5. Poor appetite, unintended weight loss, or just not feeling hungry. Patricia, a 73-year-old widow, used to look forward to meals. But lately, she'd been skipping lunch or just grabbing a snack instead of a full plate. She thought, I'm just not as hungry anymore. Then she stepped on the scale and realized she'd lost 5 pounds without trying over the past month. Her daughter noticed Patricia's clothes hanging loose and insisted she see her doc. The doctor explained that reduced appetite is common in older adults. Changes in taste and smell, dental issues, digestive discomfort, all lower food intake and thus nutrient intake. Patricia started working with a dietitian who helped her create mini meal plans with nutrient-dense snacks. Within weeks, she regained her energy and stabilized her weight. Patricia's experience reflects common challenges your healthcare team can provide. Personalized strategies for your unique needs. Here's the science. Older adults often experience reduced appetite, changes in taste or smell, dental problems, or digestive discomfort, all of which lower food intake and nutrient intake. Research published in PMC journals shows that combined with reduced absorption or higher nutrient needs, this results in deficiencies. The tea and toast pattern in older adults eating just a few simple foods is linked to malnutrition and nutrient gaps according to Nutritional Stud. Yes, micro habits to try. Make a mini meal plan. Have 3 small meals and 2 nutrient-dense snacks rather than skipping meals altogether. Choose a fortified cereal or whole grain toast with nut butter in the morning to boost nutrient intake even when your appetite is low. Ask your doctor, have I unintentionally lost weight or noticed my appetite shrinking? Could it be tied to my nutrient intake? Checklist item. I weighed myself this week and noted any changes. I'll track my appetite and food variety going forward. You know what strikes me most about James, Margaret, Linda, and Patry? CIA. They didn't ignore the whispers their bodies were sending. They paid attention. They asked questions. They took small, manageable steps, and their lives improved because of it. You deserve to feel strong again. You deserve to wake up with energy. to feel steady on your feet, to think clearly, and to enjoy your meals. Here's my challenge for you today. Start with just one small change tonight. Maybe it's adding a handful of nuts to your afternoon snack. Maybe it's calling your doctor's office to schedule that overdue checkup. Maybe it's simply standing on one leg for 30 seconds while you brush your teeth. One small step. That's all it takes to begin. And if this video helped you see your health in a new light, please do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with someone you care about, a spouse, a friend, a parent. They might be experiencing these same warning signs without realizing what they mean. Ready to feel better? Subscribe now so you don't miss the next step in your journey toward healthier, stronger, more vibrant golden years. Many people ask, should I start taking lots of supplements if I see a warning sign? Not automatically. Whole food habits should come first. Supplements may help, but they're not a guaranteed fix, especially without professional guidance. Some vitamins and minerals can interact with medications or cause problems in high doses. Always consult your health care provider before starting any new supplement regimen. Another common question is, how often should I have nutrient levels checked? It depends on your health status, medications, diet, and symptoms. For older adults with signs of deficiency or risk factors like malabsorption issues, previous surgeries, or multiple medications, an annual check or as recommended by your doctor is wise. Talk to your healthcare team about what's appropriate for you. People also wonder, can eating more calories fix a deficiency? Only partially. It's more about nutrient density, the vitamins and minerals you get per calorie, and absorption, not just total calories. If your diet is lower in calories but nutrient-rich, you're better off than eating high-calorie but nutrient-poor foods like pastries and processed snacks. Some ask, are older adults the only ones at risk for nutrient deficiencies? No, deficiencies can happen at any age, but older adults face higher risk because of physiological changes like reduced absorption, decreased appetite, multiple medications, and other health issues. Young adults with restrictive diets or certain health conditions can also be at risk. Another important question: I'm vegetarian or vegan and over 60. Does this change things? Yes. Plant-based diets can be very healthy and protective against many diseases, but older adults following those diets may have increased risk for certain deficiencies, especially B12, iron, and zinc because of absorption differences. It's wise to work with a registered dietitian who specializes in plant-based nutrition for seniors. Finally, people ask, if I feel fine, do I still need to worry about THE's signs? Feeling fine is good, but subtle changes can go unnoticed until they become more serious. Proactive awareness helps. Checking food quality and variety, monitoring symptoms, and getting screening. TSTS can catch issues early before they become major health problems. Let me share a practical summary to help you take action. When it comes to ignoring subtle warning signs, avoid dismissing symptoms as just getting older without checking. Instead, keep a symptom log of fatigue, hair and skin issues, and appetite changes. Talk to your doctor and say, I've noticed more fatigue and thinner hair lately. Should we check my B12 and iron levels? Regarding low nutrient density diet, avoid meals high in processed carbs and sugars with low variety. The quick win is to add 1 leafy green vegetable plus 1 protein source at each meal. Ask your doctor, can we review whether my diet provides adequate nutrient density for my age? For absorption issues, don't assume if I eat it, I absorb it instead. Include foods that aid absorption. For example, pair iron-rich foods with vitamin C. Ask your doctor, could any of my medications be affecting my nutrient absorption when it comes to delayed screening? Don't wait until something big happens. Ask for a nutrient panel if you notice any warning signs. Say to your doctor, should we test my vitamin D, B12, and iron given my recent symptoms? Finally, about supplements, don't rely solely on pills without food changes. Focus on food first, then consider supplementation if needed. Under medical guidance, ask your doctor, what supplements, if any, are appropriate for me right now based on my health status? Here's a daily routine suggestion. In the morning, tea with a protein-rich breakfast like eggs with whole grain toast or Greek yogurt with berries and a handful of nuts. Step outside for 10 minutes of sunlight if possible. At lunch, include a leafy green salad with colorful vegetables like peppers, tomatoes, and carrots, along with a lean protein source like chicken, fish, or beans. In the evening, have a balanced dinner with salmon or tuna once or twice a week for omega-3s. Add a calcium-rich food like fortified plant milk or dairy. Practice a simple balance exercise while waiting for dinner to cook. Stand on one leg for 30 seconds while holding the counter. As a bonus, before bed, review your food intake for the day. Did you get variety, protein at each meal? Colorful vegetables? If not, plan one improvement for tomorrow. Small changes add up. This information is based on solid research. A study titled Malnutrition in Older Adults, Recent Advances and Remaining Challenges, published in PMC in 2022, found that more than 50% of older adults in one cohort had vitamin D deficiency and over a quarter had low B12. Another study, Why Are Elderly Individuals at Risk of Nutritional Deficiency?, published in PubMed in 2006, explains how physiological changes like reduced lean muscle mass, digestive secretions, appetite, and TIONS contribute to nutrient deficiency in older age. The analysis of selected vitamin deficiencies on the risk of healthy aging, published in PMC in 2021, notes that B12, B6, and folate deficiencies in older adults are linked to poorer functional status and frailty. Nutritional and Lifestyle Management of the Aging Journey, published in PMC in 2023, identifies vitamin D, calcium, iron, and B12 as the most common nutrient deficiencies in older adults and highlights absorption decline with age. Finally, Nutrition for Seniors, published in PMC in 2022, provides daily micronutrient recommended intakes for adults 71 years and older and outlines how older adults' intake often falls short of these recommendations. Now, before we wrap up, I want to remind you of something important. Everything we've shared today is for educational purposes only, to help you make informed choices about your health. This video is not medical advice, and nothing here should replace professional medical guidance. I always encourage you to work closely with your doctor or healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your diet, starting new supplements, or if you have chronic health conditions, absorption issues, or are taking multiple medications. Your healthcare team knows your personal health history best and can guide you on what's right for your specific situation. Every person is unique, and what worked wonderfully for James, Margaret, Linda, and Patricia T needs small adjustments for you based on your individual health needs, medications, and medical history. Your healthcare team is your best partner in this journey toward better health and stronger vitality. Take care of yourself. Stay curious about your health, and I'll see you in the next video.